I'm Matt Levin, President and CEO of the Federation, the shy and introverted one that Al Gore's talked about. Folks, you've all seen just now a prime example of what leadership looks like for today and for our community's future. 1 year ago, Brian was up here receiving our Outstanding Young Leadership Award. He keeps traveling to learn all about Jewish needs all over the world. Tonight, he's in Romania and Hungary. And he's just been named co-chair designate to lead JFNA's entire National Young Leadership Program starting next year. In this period, when we've lost some of our Federation's pioneers, like we spoke about tonight with Dottie, it's heartening to see Brian and others from the younger generation stepping up to leadership. We set out to develop new leaders, and it's working. There's an exciting mix of ages and stages of life around all of our tables. And if you peek into our offices, you'll see a number of them occupied by a new generation of emerging Jewish professionals. And of course, I must acknowledge some of our most valued leaders whose wisdom and guidance, commitment and hard work have brought us to this exciting point in our Federation history. Like Ellen Sarnoff, my first board chair and partner, who I'm thrilled to have with us tonight. Ellen, without you, I really wouldn't be here. You continue to inspire us every day. And to Al Gortz, our current board chair. Al's depth of knowledge and commitment, combined with the great courage and creativity, are enabling this Federation to take bold and strategic steps to meet the future. I know many of you, like me, know the incredible rewards of working with Annie Jacobson. Tonight, Annie becomes our first board chair designate. And of course, our deepest thanks to Betty Kane, who has steered our campaign with her brilliant mind, her wealth of experience, and her boundless compassion. We look forward to growing and working with you in new capacities, Betty. Thank you for everything. I also have to acknowledge our senior professional staff. I can tell you proudly that no CEO in the Federation system has a more talented, dedicated team. Thank you to all of you. And of course, where would we be without Mel Law, our Chief Operating Officer, and Marla Weisseggers, our Executive Vice President? Our success owes so much to them. Mel continues to be an outstanding COO and my trusted partner, as well as the steam engine driving Sinai Residences on this campus. And of course, Marla, always our voice of reason and reality, as well as calm and compassion. So deeply loved and admired by so many in our offices, on our boards, and across the community. Thank you to you both. I'd also be remiss without a shout out to all of my professional colleagues here, especially the heads of the agencies that reside on our campus for so long have been part of the underlying fabric of this community. Thank you for your partnership. Yes, we have an amazing array of leadership charging our engine every single day. But the fact is we can and we must keep learning and innovating to engage young adults in leading our new Jewish journey. Because, my friends, it's up to us to see that our vibrant Jewish community continues far into the future, a future in which our Jewish family will need us no less than they do today. In our mission statement and elsewhere, you hear us call the Federation the hub of this community. People pass through this hub on many paths, as donors and recipients, agency head and volunteers, rabbis, community leaders, and students. Some of them, like you here tonight, don't just pass through, you live in this hub, at the very core of our Jewish community, visioning and shaping it, driving and celebrating its success, the first to rise in response to a crisis. And guess what? Others are noticing too. When JFNA CEO Jerry Silverman told us recently about when he was on his visit here, that there's a buzz out there about the success of our innovative work. And when two of the world's most esteemed rabbis came to this community, both of them Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs, the former chief rabbi of Great Britain, and Rabbi Israel Meyer Lau, the former chief rabbi of the state of Israel. They found South Palm Beach County to be unique in how we're bringing more and more people together and entities to care for each other in new ways to fill our most sacred mission. In fact, that day, touring our campus, Rabbi Lau said, "We have a model here he wishes others would adopt." So yes, it's working. You've heard all about our outreach and our engagement efforts to grow and strengthen our community, like PJ Library, to create a Jewish legacy, B&P, Chapter 2 for women, and our brand new men's division. You like the cigars and the rum in the picture? I think that's nice. That's nice. Like emerging Jewish philanthropists that was chosen for a Fedivation showcase at JFNA's General Assembly and more. And central to our vision for the future is that our federation takes seriously our role as convener. Our efforts are working because we're walking a path to greater impact with more and more partners. From a small list of agencies, we're now funding more than 50 organizations through our allocations and grants. Our Create a Jewish Legacy project is ramping up to increase planned giving for the future of our entire Jewish community. We're proud to have spearheaded CJL a few years ago, and we're excited to see what will happen next, now that we have the technical and financial support from the Grinspoon Foundation. Each of our life and legacy partners is striving to develop a minimum of 18 planned gifts every year. And together, just in the last 2 months alone, we've already received more than 40 commitments. That's how you build a community. Starting with our rabbi lunches a few years ago, our collaborations with synagogues and congregations have reached unprecedented heights in terms of programming, advocacy, and engagement. And we took it to a next level. This year, we took the future-building step of hiring our first director of community engagement, Rabbi Josh. Rabbi Josh, I like to call him Peter Pan, spends his days all over this community, connecting people and groups with Jewish life. And none of us were surprised last month when Josh was named one of the 33 most inspiring rabbis by the Jewish Daily Forward. And to increase that impact, we keep broadening our partnerships. This federation has become a valued, highly sought collaborator and leader, not only among Jewish groups, but with local arts programs and interfaith programs, with groups like the Boca West Foundation, and very visibly in multiple capacities with our partners at Florida Atlantic University. So I asked the question, have we made it? Are we there yet? The answer is absolutely not. In fact, we're just getting started. Look at From March to Miriam, an extraordinary new program developed right here. With funding from the Jewish Women's Foundation, it's bringing together elderly Holocaust survivors from Jewish Family Services with volunteers through the March of the Living to form new friendships, easing those survivors' isolation and learning from them, bringing deep rewards to everyone involved. I challenge all of us, including our agencies, our synagogues, other organizations, to be more creative, to look for more new ways to collaborate, so that together we can close those gaps of service, reaching those struggling seniors and families that we don't even know yet, that haven't yet walked through our halls, and do all that remains to be done to care for our people. Imagine all we can do when we put our ideas and resources together. And yet, as we imagine tomorrow, we're all too aware that our extended Jewish family needs us even further in far more dangerous neighborhoods than our own. Our hearts are heavy every day at the continuing news about our brothers and sisters living in fear and peril, again in areas of Europe that suffered so in the Shoah. Keeping our people safe from harm and sustaining our Jewish homeland are at Federation's very core. And we are always ready to bring our community together to help. From the hands-on security training and assistance that our partners are providing on the ground, to the $100,000 our Jacobson Jewish Community Foundation sent to the JFNA Ukraine Assistance Fund this past month? Yes, we are there. But there is so much more is needed and will be needed in the future. And we must continue to stand ready to join Israel and Jews worldwide to respond when overwhelming catastrophe strikes, as we're doing right this second through the Nepal Emergency Fund. And then, of course, there's our overseas missions. Those of you who have been on one know there's no better way to learn and connect with our Jewish family in Israel and elsewhere in the diaspora, not to mention the great times you have bonding with your fellow travelers. Just ask our foundation's Professional Advisory Committee, who returned from Israel just a few days ago. Let's hear it. One of those travelers is with us tonight, David Friedman, made his wife a Lion of Judah this evening and is making even more plans to be engaged in our federation. Thank you, David. Thank you, Melinda. You absolutely won't want to miss our Spirit of Community mission in November. Amid all the other amazing explorations that await us, we'll be getting an exclusive view of the social and civic issues facing the people and state of Israel that will help our community shape how we connect and support our homeland in the future. And yet, while our own neighborhood is far less dangerous than many overseas, we do have concerns at home. As always, our campus, security on our campus, is of highest priority, and it serves as a model for other federations. But our community is hardly confined to these 100 acres. We're also concerned with our local synagogues and organizations. So recently, when Torah Academy, one of our day schools, came to us and they recently needed to secure the perimeter of their new campus, our federation stepped up to help ensure that the safety of hundreds of our community's children will remain paramount. And soon, we'll be bringing local synagogues and organizations to our campus for a day-long security summit with the Department of Homeland Security and law enforcement. And while we're speaking of our campus, I'm thrilled to say we've embraced its value for investing in this amazing community resource with what I call, and what Mel calls, Jewish urban planning. Of course, most notable, of course, has to be our Sinai Residences. This is one of the drone shots, by the way. In case you've ever heard Mel talk about it, this is a drone shot, okay? Sinai Residences is our state-of-the-art continuing care retirement community. You all passed it on your way in tonight. It's sold out almost a year before we'll start welcoming our neighbors at the start of 2016, and we still have a substantial waiting list. In addition to providing quality senior housing for in a Jewish setting, this project will provide a substantial funding stream to help fulfill our Federation mission for decades to come. I must thank the project's board of managers, with whom I am proud to serve. Their vision, skills, and dedication are of such profound value to all of us. Please, Wes Finch, Barry Podolsky, David Galpern, Al Gortz, Gail Rubin Quall, and our COO, Mel Lowell, our lead Sinai professional right from the start. In the coming year, we'll celebrate the groundbreaking of another major campus project, building project, the Weinbaum Yeshiva High School. When they arrive, we'll not only be the largest Jewish campus in the country, we'll be the only one with 2 pre-K to 12 grade tracks on site. And again, as buildings rise on our campus, we're changing internally as well. Al spoke of the extensive work of our governance committee to develop a new structure for planning and allocations. Our new committee for the future will allow us to take a longer, wiser look ahead and strategic thinkers about what we need and what we want to do as a community. We know we're going to have more resources, folks, and it's not only from Sinai Residences. Our annual campaign looks to continue the trend of increases in dollars and in contributors. We set out 1 year ago to get 100 new major donors at the $10,000 plus level and 1,000 new donors overall. We thought it would take us 18 months. We reached those benchmarks in 1 year, and we're going to keep on going. In addition, the rising assets of the Jacobson Jewish Community Foundation will continue to provide an increasing annual funding stream, because more dollars means we can do more to meet those vital needs, to fill those gaps, to address those challenges ahead. I know it, and so do all of you. It's time to plan ahead to ensure that we leverage our resources to the greatest impact. It's clear that we need to do more than just imagine the future. It's up to us to see that our federation will be ready. And integral to that is the Jacobson Jewish Community Foundation. Yes, our endowment's growing, as Al said, through the Loge, through PACE gifts, an array of other funds. Like the extremely generous endowment that Diane and Larry Feldman just added this month alongside Diane's existing Loge gift. In addition, we have some very substantial new legacy gifts that are building our endowment with the power to transform our community in special needs and in Jewish education. So if you want us to be prepared for whatever lies ahead, it's time to create your own legacy. Too many of you haven't. And know that your love for our community and our people will live on forever. In closing, from here, inside this hub of our Jewish community, it's palpable. Something very special is happening in South Palm Beach County. All of our individual paths to federation started very differently. But the more we lurk, I can lurk too. The more we work, the more we learn, the more we celebrate together, the more we're connected in an overriding common journey. A journey to act on our deeply shared values and commandments to care for each other. A journey with the hope that together we can help our people today and provide a secure well-being and future for whatever lies ahead. So here's my final, I promise, and most important challenge tonight. Clearly we're on a mission, and clearly it will take more people to make it a reality. But it's up to each one of us to spread the word as ambassadors in your neighborhoods, in your synagogues, in your schools, and throughout this community. Because you know as well as I, we simply must go bigger, bolder, and better for a brighter tomorrow. Thank you for listening.